Hey guys, Respect Halo here, and I am here to do, I guess, a prediction on the new Death Battle, which is Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon. So, this fight is interesting. It's interesting because it's either going to be really one-sided or it's going to be somewhat fair. The reason I say it could be one-sided is, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So, if they use Captain Falcon from just the TV show, like the F-Zero, then his feats and powers are impressive, but not like superhero type stuff. Now, some people might say, but Captain Falcon blew up a planet. No, he didn't. He actually just punched the bad guy in the process of the dark reactor exploding, which exploded the planet. So he used his Falcon punch, which punched the bad guy as the planet exploded. Therefore, it made it look like the planet exploded, but he didn't actually explode the planet. And some people might say, well, Johnny has God powers. Yes and no. He does have powers that help him fight gods, but these powers are only ever seen to take effect when he's fighting certain gods from the MK universe. It doesn't come into play when he's near death. It doesn't come into play when he's fighting other people. We've seen Johnny die before in other timelines. It's not like a failsafe from another video, but it's not something that's dependable, and I don't think it's something that would come in effect when fighting Falcon. If it did, that would probably even the scales a lot more, but they might use it just because it's considered a power-up, but it wouldn't make sense because it's a very situational power. And it only takes into effect like with his like power of love and type stuff, so it would have to, in the fight, it would have to be like something going around the sum of like Cassie being in danger or Sonya being in danger, someone like them that he cares about, that his powers would be activated. But again, that only happens when he fights against other gods because it's a gene that was bred into him for that particular reason. And as far as like physical strength goes, Johnny is at peak athletic human capabilities. He is like basically prime human, but he's not necessarily superhuman. He can kind of dodge bullets. Not really. We've seen him get hit by them. But if you want to highball him, like Johnny's like one of my favorite characters, so I'm going to try to highball him in this video. And I love Mortal Kombat, so I'm going to be a little bit more biased to them. I won't lie. Just stating that out there. But it won't affect the outcome. However, he is somewhat superhuman strong, because if you take into effect one of his finishers, which is like where he, uppercuts a head off, which that takes like 5,000 psi, and like the best human in the world can like do like around 1900 psi. So he's like 3 to 5 times stronger than the strongest human. Alright? So he's got good reaction time, good speed, and superhuman strength. We can say that. But Falcon has pretty much superhuman speed. His reaction time is probably superhuman, because in the F-Zero, they're driving cars, and those things range between like 300 and 400 miles per hour, I think. So, like, his reaction time is like pretty much double of what a NASCAR driver's reaction time would have to be, and they're doing a lot more complicated maneuvers than left turn, left turn, left turn, left turn. So his reaction time is way higher than Johnny's would be. Although you could say, because Johnny is a martial artist and Captain Falcon's not really stated to be a true hardcore martial artist, maybe Johnny's fight reaction time speed is more on the level of Captain Falcon. Again, this is highballing Johnny. I still think Captain Falcon has better reaction time and speed. As far as strength goes, Captain Falcon just really outclasses Johnny here. This is probably in the death battle. Like, I feel like this, if they don't use Johnny's god powers, would probably be like the most defining reason Johnny would lose. Yes, and that's my prediction. Johnny is going to lose because Captain Falcon can punch so hard. He literally sets the hydrogen molecules in the air on fire and they explode around his fist. That is like super speed and strength all in one. That I just see like, it's hard to judge because the games show characters being hit by like these flaming super strong punch type things and surviving, but that's more like plot armor than their actual strength, because we're also seeing them being like cut and hurt. Like in the new MK11 game, Johnny gets grazed by a bullet and it like scars him for life because his older future version is actually hurt by it. So they're like not, in that aspect, they're not like super durable. So they can be hurt by that kind of stuff. So I could see Captain Falcon just blitzing Johnny, just like one punching him, but that wouldn't be an entertaining fight. So they're going to have to change it up. So yeah, I just feel like Captain Falcon outclasses Johnny in almost every category, except Johnny knows martial arts and he's had more experience in fighting. Although there is the mysterious background of Captain Falcon having, like, he'd been a bounty hunter and all this crazy stuff. As we don't have like a set, like, he did this, we know this about him, nothing. So it's just, going off assumptions here for that part of the story. But one main defining factor that could win or break the fight for Captain Falcon is if they actually take into account the games that are not the racing games. Because in the racing games and cartoon, yes, he does have some pretty good feats, like punching and setting stuff on fire. But if they don't use Super Smash Brother type stuff, that could be different. Like, I've been trying to not talk about Super Smash Brother, because what he does in that game is just like stupid overpowered type stuff. But you could almost draw the comparisons between Super Smash Brothers and Mortal Kombat and how they're kind of the same game. It's just one doesn't really require, I don't want to offend anyone here, but doesn't require as much strategic planning and combo remembering. Like, I feel like Super Smash Brothers is more targeted towards little kids and Mortal Kombat is more targeted to adults. That's just how it is. But in essence, they're kind of the same game. Like, you're basically trying to kill the other opponent with button combos and abilities and different character powers and abilities. So I would think they would use Super Smash Brothers feats for that, just like they're going to use Mortal Kombat feats, because Mortal Kombat is based on games. And if they use Super Smash Brothers, all Falcon's feats just skyrocket. Because he, like, at one part, when, oh gosh, he's just so overpowered. Him being able to punch people, send them up in the air flying, his athleticism goes up, his speed goes up, his durability goes up. His reaction time, for like when he does his flip into his car that's coming in super fast, goes up. His durability would go up. Just, I think I already said that, but everything would just go super, super up. It would just be so unfair. But yeah, I see this as kind of being one-sided if they use the Super Smash Brothers stuff. Like, I don't think they would use items from Super Smash Brothers or anything like that, because that would just be, I guess, like, outside help, maybe. I don't know. But, like, I doubt they would use his car, because that definitely wouldn't be. Because we see, like, in other fights, a lot of times they don't get their vehicles. Like, the only time they got vehicles, it was, like, in the Joker versus, the evil clown guy, I forgot his name. Candy, or I don't know. Anyway, they had their vehicles because that was mostly a vehicle fight. And a lot of other superheroes don't really get their vehicles. Like when we saw Robin or Nightwing versus Daredevil, we didn't see Nightwing's vehicles or motorcycles in the fight or anything like that. So I don't think Captain Falcon would have his vehicle. So yeah, they probably wouldn't use Super Smash Bros. Items, because in that case it would just be a complete one-side steamroll. There would be no challenge. But even without that, I still see Captain Falcon winning. So basically, if they don't use Johnny Cage's God powers and use pretty much, I guess, base Captain Falcon would beat Johnny. If they use Johnny with God powers, Johnny would beat base Captain Falcon. But if they use Captain Falcon from Super Smash Brothers and all of that, then it doesn't really matter. He's going to smack Johnny. But then yeah, that's just my prediction. I thought Ben 10 would win in the last one. I mean, I did get the previous one right, but I didn't do a prediction on that. So maybe I'll do more of these. Hope you enjoyed. It's just my little 2 cents on the characters and who I think would win and why. Hope y'all enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas for future videos I should do, I'm still learning. I don't know what I'm going to put on the channel, really. Doing all kinds of stuff. Let me know. Have a great day.